Thank you very much, Riv. I am standing by with the telestrator, and I have a replay from that game. It's actually a little TIP focused, but there's a part in this that I really want to focus on here, and it's a little different angle of the replay that we saw. This is going to end up in the bottom lane fight where the TP was interrupted top lane, but this is the setup for it. Mid lane, Phoenix, he's already cleared out this minion wave, and he pushes Xiao in. Phoenix has blue buff around his feet. He's level 8, he has half mana, he's completely fine. Phoenix has options now. Do I back? Do I push this in on Xiao who's half HP and press that advantage, even though he's already 20 CS up? But what's going to happen is there's a fight that happens down bottom. Phoenix doesn't keep tabs on Xiao. Xiao makes it bottom, which makes it so it's a 4-on-4 despite the TP being interrupted top. So Phoenix opts for a back here as we roll this replay. You're going to see he goes backs to base, Xiao clears the wave and starts coming bottom, which gives them a number advantage in the favor of TIP. The TP is interrupted top. Quas doesn't have E at this point, so when he comes back into the fight, he's not going to be able to escape it. But look at that, in the minimap. Phoenix is back in base, Xiao is on his way. Phoenix backs to complete Athene's Unholy Grail. At this point, it ends up being a decision that yesterday we talked about Team Liquid all being on the same page and everybody being in the fight. Phoenix was not in attendance to this fight, and that's a little bit of an oversight there by Team Liquid. They need everybody there. They need to communicate that this looks like a fight that's going to happen and TPs are possible to end up here. There's no reason for him to back at that point, having a CS advantage up, Xiao at half HP, and himself having a blue buff. He was completely fine to go bottom, pressure Xiao so he can't come bottom, or to at least just stick around and zone him off. There's a lot of options there, and what ended up happening is he backed, and it seemed to be the worst one that he could have done in that scenario. So as we get ready for that interview, though, that game was really action-packed, and it really delivered, especially towards the end there, where Team Liquid was getting those engages, getting those backline pressures. But, you know, that's enough from me. Now we're going to go hand it off to the desk, where Dash is standing by with an interview.
Thank you, Zyrene. I am joined by Liquid's coach, Peter, as well as Quas, who I got to speak to yesterday leading into this matchup. So I got to come to you first. You've come away with the win, but specifically in that top lane matchup, how do you feel it went? Because you went into it very confident when I spoke to you yesterday.
Yeah, so we had a really rough start. I just had a 2-death start, which is pretty rough to come back from. It's not what I was expecting at all. But I'm really glad that my team was able to capitalize on their mistakes in bottom lane, and then we came up strong.
You guys had some really interesting itemization. A lot of defensive items coming across the board. Spectre's Cowl on you. We had the Abyssal Scepter and the Chalice in the mid lane, as well as the QSS on Piglet. So was this mid-game adaptation, or was this all pre-planned? We're going to try and slow these guys down.
Yeah, so our plan into it was we were having a stronger late game team fight comp, so I figured that we shouldn't take any risks early on, so that's why the itemization was so defensive. For example, in the top gank where Lee Sin almost killed me, if I didn't have that Cowl, I probably would have died. So those little things like that allow you to get through the early game and then solidify your late game team fights.
Now this is where I come to you, Peter. As the coach, your players have been very vocal about all the preparation that you guys do. Can you speak to me a little bit about what the coaching staff has done to determine that this is the game plan for today?
Okay, basically we know Xiao loves to play LeBlanc a lot because he played previous LeBlanc game and he actually played really well the game. So we first rotation take out LeBlanc, and then we do think he's probably going to pick Cassidy into it because they're counter pick, because we saw our meta very earlier, and we know Impact love to play Rumble because there's 2 games he always first rotation Rumble. So we can expect them to pick a very full AP team comp. That's where those defense items will really work for us.
All right, so is this Warlock, the Warlock that we're hearing of, who's looking at these past tapes and finding this information for you guys?
Well, Warlock does a very good job on the scouting report, but those stuff is for Mark, our assistant coach. He always do those band pick for us and telling me about the studies. Like, all right, so Peter, you see, Impact plays 3 Rumble in a row, and Xiao has a very good record on the LeBlanc. So I just make this plan.
All right, now, Quas, back to you. As you mentioned, you did have a few deaths there early on, but the team definitely worked to slow the game down. At what point do you, as a team, have to recognize that things are getting chaotic, and how do you regroup there in that mid-game?
So we knew the plan going into it was just slow things down, like farm it up, go to late game. So we pretty much just set up a lot of defensive wards and always very aware of where Lee Sin was in the map, just calling it loudly so no one would die. And I think we did a good job of staying alive as much as after the chaotic start that we had.
Peter, you've been very vocal in the past about how you think Dominate is one of the best, if not the best, jungler in North America. And when you look at Rush having an interesting champion pool, the fact that he goes for Lee Sin, how does that change Dominate's approach to controlling the game?
Okay, so basically, I've been talking Dom a lot because we always like separate jungler for two parts. One is like pressure jungler, another one is non-pressure jungler. Usually, pressure jungler will have more strong in the early laning phase, and the non-pressure jungler will be more strong, like scale better, like Sinjuani. So we know he probably gonna want to pick Lee Sin, as we saw they were banning 3 junglers on the ban. So we decided to picking Sinjuani and looking for a team fight. So we took the 2v1 game. Actually, this is a mind game, very interesting because we're thinking they're gonna 2v1 us, so we just keep our bottom, and we do got the laning we want. So we avoid the early aggression, because you can see when Dom going to bottom, he's already level 6.
All right, and then, that's one top player that you have on your team. Another top player that you have on your team is sitting right next to you in Quas. I want to get the coach's perspective on Quas as a player and what he does for this organization.
Quas is a very good player. I think he probably can be the best top laner in North America. The reason I say that is he has a variety of the champion pools. He can play almost every champion, and also he can play the champion like Swan, some players don't to play, which he can fit our team comp with more like provide CC, provide damage, or provide tanky, which I think this is his strength for our team.
Well, we've seen in the spring split, you had the most unique champion played in the spring split so far. This split 5 out of 6 games, so definitely speaks to the versatility that you have over there, Quas. One final question, and this is to either of you. When you're looking at new champions like Echo and they come into the mix, how does the team determine when that champion is ready to be played or when you're ready to bring a new strategy onto the field?
First is our analyst, like Mark and Ulok, and also our TK gonna bring me about this new champion. What's his strengths? What's his strongest, or like what's his weakness? So we're gonna thinking about, is he good at the mid, at the top, or at the jungle? And we've been talking with Quas, we've been talking with mid, and asking and thinking about their role on the team. But finally, we decided to put Echo in the jungle. But we're maybe going to put it in the mid too next week.
Yeah, exactly. He can be played everywhere.
Yes.
Quas, finally to you. 5-1 now. The team has been pretty forward-facing about don't read into our record too much. But now that you are 5-1, is it okay now for your fans and everybody to get hyped about the progress that this team has made?
I would say so. Even though we haven't played CLG or TSM yet, I think we have played really well, and we have still a lot to prove.
All right, well, you have TSM next weekend. We look forward to that game. But once again, congratulations to the both of you on the 5-1 coming out of week 3 here. We are going to step away while Team Dignitas and Gravity set up for our next match. So meet us back here in 3.5 for more of the North American LCS.
Yo, I'm gonna chug this Red Bull. I'm gonna be so ready for this game.
Damn. I'm just gonna sip my Red Bull slowly throughout Champion Select.
Alright, I'll do it too.
Once they got there, Ren onto Express on the potions there. Oh, he flashes away from Rush. They still get the kill onto Adrian. He's in turret shot range.
I stand on the block, stand on the block.
Coming. Coming.
Help me. Okay. Echo him.
I'm taking.
Nice.
They decided to go 5v5 in the mid lane. Adrian and Xiao very low. Fate's Call pulls him back and throws Adrian out of the fight, but he still goes down to Ignite. Quas picks up a triple kill. The Penta in his eyes. Xiao very low on mana. Definitely can't get the Rift Walk there. 35 minutes in. Team Liquid take down Team Impulse.